Hey, what is going on, everybody? What is going on? It's your man DJ Tamik from Tamik Entertainment. Hey, guys, we are back with another episode of To Ask a DJ. Hey, guys, we are back. We are back. We're back. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for liking the page, subscribing to the channel, and hitting that bell for the notification so you are alerted whenever we drop new content on this channel. Hey, guys, thank you guys so much for your love. Thank you for your shout outs, all of that good stuff. When people are requesting DJs in the various groups that we are in, it does not go unnoticed. You guys are absolutely, absolutely awesome. And there is not enough thank yous that I can give you guys. So tonight we are actually going to get into some more questions. We actually had some emailed to us. So someone wanted to know about setup and tear down timelines. So for us, we like to get there about an hour and a half, 2 hours ahead of your event. The reason that we do this, you've heard me say time and time again, I do not like for people to see us setting up, breaking down. Obviously, we have no choice. You know, the event is over, everyone's lingering, things like that. But for setup, we don't want people seeing us set up. We want to show a finished, complete product when your event is starting. So we will get there early, we will set up, and also we will then do our sound check. What that allows us to do is if anything is not working correctly, this gives us the appropriate time to be able to go in and adjust whatever it is that we need to adjust. If equipment is not acting right, we can swap things out and go from there. So yes, so for like I said, for setup, about an hour and a half to 2 hours. That gives us plenty of time to be able to do the things that we need to do, get everything set up, and then most importantly, put all of our crates, extra wires, any extra equipment. We can stash that away. So when your guests start to arrive, they see a completed product. Okay. Like I said, for breakdown, really can't help on breakdown. The night is over. People are lingering. People are coming up to us. Hey, you guys did a great job. Hey, you guys played a song that I hadn't heard in a while. You know, you guys played it in a different way. Whatever the comments are and conversation after their event, you really can't avoid that with breakdown. And what then happens is a lot of times the people will ask us, you guys need any help with anything, carrying stuff out, anything like that. So that's when you know that it's been a great event, when people are willing to hang around after the event is done and help you pack up and get everything sorted. So that's when you know you have successfully completed your task of keeping not only the bride and groom, if that's the case, the birthday person, the people who the party is for. You've kept them happy as well as their guests. So another question that we had is about packages. People say, look online to see if they have their packages. Pick a package that most closely resembles what you need. They're absolutely correct on that. Whenever anyone does an inquiry into our services, we send them out the information packet. We have 4 packages. We have a basic, a standard, a premier, and then an ultimate. We try to cover all the bases of what, not only for your budget, but also for what services are rendered in each of those services, in each of those packages rather. So we always have people that that'll say, "Hey, well, do you guys do karaoke?" Yes, we do karaoke as an a la carte. We also provide ceremony services, officiant services. That is an a la carte as well. So those can be added to any of the packages that we offer. So we do the 4 packages just as an outline. So what does your day look like? What are you looking to see and hear and feel and enjoy and groove to? And then how do you want your atmosphere to be? What is it that you visually want to see? Because aside from the music, then you have the aesthetics, the color, the ambiance, the mood, the setting, so to speak. So each of the different packages allow that to step up progressively with whatever feeling that you want to have for your event. So one of the questions is how many hours. These are things that you want to find out when you're speaking to a potential DJ or any vendor. This can really cover any vendor. How many hours will that particular package cover? So for our basic package, our standard package, what hours do those cover? Premier package, ultimate package, what hours do those cover? That's important because you have people that are dealing with different venues. The venues have their own time restraints. So, you may have a venue that says, okay, your package for your reception is 4 hours. Okay. So now you have that. You have to factor in your cocktail hour, and then you have to factor in also your ceremony. At what time will they need to access the venue? Again, for setup, because some venues, surprisingly, have certain times that you can actually get in and set up for your event. So they need to know, what time do you plan on arriving for setup for this particular event? Because sometimes the venue may only give your vendors a half hour to set up, but you can request an earlier setup. Some halls charge, some halls don't. So it's just going to be, a thing of communicating with your vendors, communicating with your facility and see. For us, we've had those where, like I said, we try to get there an hour and a half, 2 hours ahead. The venue says you have a half hour to set up. So then in that case, what we do is we unload early and we wait. So as soon as that venue opens the doors for us to be able to get in, we are literally moving and grooving. Okay. Because again, I still don't want your guests to see us setting up. So no matter how elaborate the setup is, if I can't get them to get us in there a little bit earlier, we have to do what we have to do to get it done. All right. How much deposit is due, when it is due, and most importantly, when is the balance due? Those are things that you want to find out. Most of your venues, most of your vendors, rather, are going to have a non refundable deposit. Now, why is that? That is because when you book your day, we close off that date on your calendar. So for us, we only book one event that day. That is the only event that we have going on. So that date is closed. Okay. So if you then come back, uh, you know, 2 months before the event, hey, it's not happening. Okay. We can't then fill that day most likely with another event. That's why most vendors will have a non-refundable deposit. Typically, those deposits are half, but it depends on your particular vendor or venue that you're dealing with. Like I said, when is the final payment due? Typically, the final payment is due for us 30 days before the event. We want to make sure that everything is done. You don't have to worry about us. We're going to be there. And that way you can get other things marked off of your checklist prior to the date and time of your event. How long how long do they need for a break during your wedding? That's an interesting question. Because when you're dealing with a wedding, you have certain times where you may have a break. And by break, I mean while the ceremony is going on. Okay. I'm not playing any music, but I am still monitoring the microphones and things like that so that nothing squeals or anything like that. But it's a downtime. During cocktail hour, typically, we're playing background music. So it's not something that we have to, I don't want to say that we don't have to put our minds to, but um, we don't have to have the mental fortitude on that like we do during the actual set. So it's just background tunes so people can talk. Families are taking pictures, this, that, and the other. There's not a lot of movement going on. It's more for getting stuff done. In this particular case, at a wedding, for the bride and groom, getting their photos, getting her bustled, reapplying makeup, getting those particular family photos and all of that good stuff out of the way. Okay. How large is the team? That you really want to get into, especially with your decor team. If you're doing any type of linens and backdrops and all, getting into all of that, because some of them will have where they will have staff stay. So in case something should happen, we have seen it. My wife is a certified event planner. We've seen it where they've set a tablecloth on fire. Yes, you heard me correctly. They set a tablecloth on fire. So we had to switch that out because you don't want that in your photos. You don't want that. So while they were out doing something else, boom, 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 switch everything out. None's the wiser. For us, it's typically two people. It's myself and my assistant. That way, because I need somebody to help me with setup, breakdown, taking requests, doing a lot of the administrative stuff while we're there. If people come up and they want, information on our services. Obviously, I don't want to do a disservice to the people that I am there for, but I also don't want to miss out on an opportunity to be able to honestly get another gig. So having somebody else there to be able to manage that portion of it while I'm working is a lifesaver. How much liberty do you have to select the specific music you would want? You are in control with us. You are in complete control. When you book with us, I'll actually send you out an information packet that covers your ceremony, your cocktail hour, and your reception. What genres you want, what your must play list, what your do not play list, who you want to have toast, who you want to have dances. Everything is outlined in there. Like I said, my wife is a certified event planner, so this is information that we have collected over years of doing this and have compiled this into this information packet so that our job is to make it easier for you. I don't want you to have to sit there and stress about, I don't know everything that's going to happen during that day. You don't. A lot of times this is your first wedding. We've been doing this for years. We know what things to expect. We know what things that, what lineups you want to have within your process. So this information packet gives you that information to say, okay, think about this. You don't have to go with everything, but these are some of the things that you want to go ahead and put your mind to. And we give you spots. Yes, no. Very simple. You say yes. Tell us what song you want in that particular spot. Your first dance. The bride and dad dance, the groom and mom dance, any specialty dances, siblings, your anniversary dance. All of those things come into play. And like I said, you don't have to do them, but we give you the opportunity to tell us, hey, yes, this is something I want to do and this is what I want. Or nope, this is not something I want to do, and move on. If you're interested in any special effects, the DJ company, lighting, monogram, that is included in the packages. So, like I said, the packages go from basic, standard, premier, ultimate. So the higher that you go into the package, the more things that you're going to get within that package. Okay. So let's say from the basic to the standard, you're going to get things that you don't have in the basic, but you're still going to get the services from the basic. Same thing for the Premier. You're going to get the Premier, but you're also going to get the stuff that's in the standard and then the basic, so forth and so on. So it allows you to customize in a way what it is that you want for your special day. Okay. So we like to speak with any potential client and make sure that their vision is what is captured for your birthday parties, for your retirement parties, for your engagement parties, for your receptions, for your divorce parties. We've had those. For funeral parties, homegoing service parties. We've had those. So we like to make sure that what you see in your mind, what you hear, not only in your ears and in your heart, is what we give you. Okay. So it's very, very important that we stay in tune with different trends, things that are going on within the industry, making sure that, we listen to our clients. It is very important to listen to them and give them honest feedback. Some people don't have the vision of, okay, I want to keep this party going. I want to keep everybody on the floor. But there's this song that I absolutely love. That may not be the song at that particular time when you come up and ask for it. But being able to be honest with your people, I let them know, look, hey, I will get it on for you. I just want to make sure that we don't mess up the vibe. 99% of the time, they're like, nope, you have it now. Fit it in where you can fit it in, where it keeps everybody on the floor. And sometimes as your DJ, we'll play different things and say, hey, look, this is the bride special song. So everybody come on out, everybody circular. We want to make this a celebratory song for you. So it may not be necessarily a club banger, but we're going to go ahead and make it an important song for you and your guests. So doing different things like that, allowing us the freedom to be able to know how to move in those situations is extremely important. And you only build that with communication and honesty with your couples. All right. So, any vendors that are starting up, no matter what business that you are in, whether it be floor, whether it be a DJ, whether it be setup breakdown, whether it be linens, catering, things like that, be open, be honest with your couples, with your clients, because ultimately they're the one flipping the bill. Now, obviously, if it goes against your morals and things like that, let them know ahead of time before they even book. We did a wedding one time. It was what was it? It was like Dawn of the Dead type of thing. And they asked me, they were like, we know that you are active in your church. We know that you wear your cross. Is this going to be a problem for you? And I asked them, I said, are we going to have any crazy rituals going on? They were like, nope. It's just, we like the theme Dawn of the Dead. That's it. It was just the decorations and their outfits. She wore a gorgeous, gorgeous black gown and it had like purplish red underneath. It was awesome. He wore black tux, with his top hat and all that. It turned out great. It turned out great. So having that open dialogue really allows you to be comfortable. I always tell people, I say, look, you book us, but after this, we're going to stay in contact. And they're like, oh, no, people say that. No, I literally still talk with a lot of our clients, even after the fact, simply because of the bond during that particular process and the common ground that we found. They may call me, a year out. Hey, we were just checking on y'all to see how y'all doing. Hey, let us give you an update on what's going on. So y'all know we got married, we were moving here, we got there, we're expecting a baby, this, that, and the. So, it really ends up being a type of an extended family. And I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. There are joys with that. But then there are also some pains with that. We actually have a family that we've done a couple of events for: wedding, birthday parties, and the daughter called me and said, my dad passed away, and they wanted to do something special for him. They asked me about pictures, that I had pictures and videos from the wedding of them, him walking her down and dancing and things like that. So, it's a pleasure for me to stay in contact with them. It is why I do what I do, and with the passion that I do it, because they don't have to stay in contact. Let's be real. You paid for a service. The service is done. You are under no obligation 2, 3, 4 years down the line, to say, hey, we were thinking about you. Somebody was talking about our wedding and they said, you guys did a great job, DJ. And we just wanted to see how you guys were doing. We still follow you on your social medias, things like that. So that really, it really warms my heart and solidifies why we do what we do. It's no other way that I can express that. All right. So hey guys, we just wanted to drop in again, go over another, set of questions. We're going to be doing this weekly. So again, make sure you like the page, subscribe to the channel. Subscribing is free. It's free. Subscribe, hit that bell notification. Share these with family members, friends that, are going through this process or going to beginning to go through this process. It will help. We want this format, this station, this channel, rather to be a helpful guide for people doing things and be informative and things like that. We're going to throw out some contests. We're going to do some live gigging on here, things like that. So we're going to have a lot of fun. So make sure that you subscribe and stay in the know. All right, guys. Hey, it's been DJ Tamik, and I have enjoyed our time today. Make sure you guys hit us up in those comments. Let us know if you guys have any questions. We would love to be able to answer those for you. So, hey guys, I am DJ Tamik. I am signing off. You guys have yourselves a great week.